The Raid 2. Now, this time, The Raid 2 takes place 2 hours after the original Raid, and it follows Rama, the lead character in the first movie, going undercover to protect his family and thus exposing the corruption in the police force. I love The Raid, and The Raid is one of my favorite action movies, and I thought that action can't get any better than the first one. But The Raid 2 just brings it up to another level completely, because The Raid 2 was fantastic. Now, Garth Evans, who directed the first Raid, comes back to direct this one, and he knows how to direct action movies and action scenes. You see the point of view shots that he gets, and you say to yourself, how does he get those type of shots? With the first Raid, the story is a little bit more confined. You get to do certain stuff with action scenes in the building, but with The Raid 2, the action is everywhere. It's more of an outside format, and certain scenes he got was amazing. It's like, how did he get those type of shots like that? You think that the action scenes in The Raid was amazing? You have seen nothing like this in this movie, because the action scenes in this movie is more grittier, brutal, and more gory. Now, with the first Raid, it was more confined to a building, had a decent, solid story. With The Raid 2, it's more of a story that's well-rounded, so to speak. This one goes a little deeper than the first one. Not as much deep, but as far as the action movie can go. The Raid 2 is as good as The Raid, if not better than The Raid. Some of the fight scenes in this movie were just flat out crazy. It's cringeworthy how good it is. You thought The Raid was good when it comes to the fight scenes and the choreographed fighting in that movie? You haven't seen nothing until you see this movie. Garth Evans tops himself over The Raid. I don't know how he did it, but he did. What Garth Evans does with his films, it just brings it to a whole new level. And I like the way he does it, because he brings homage to old Japanese movies, old kung fu movies, old action movies of the 80s and 90s, and he brings it up to a different level and puts his own spin to it. There's certain scenes in this movie that you cringe every time you see it. The action in this movie is well worth the price. I'm an action junkie by heart. I love this movie. I love every minute of it. Now, granted, when it comes to an action movie, the story's not going to be as solid as you would say a drama or an indie movie, but for the most part, it's a good, well-rounded, solid action movie when it comes to story-wise. Now, for me, it has a few plot holes more than The Raid, but for me, I enjoyed it nonetheless. So for me, I'm going to give The Raid 2 4.5 out of 5 stars. You thought The Raid was something? You haven't seen nothing until you've seen The Raid 2. The fight scene payoffs in this movie, it's out of this world. And I definitely think any fan of film or any fan of action movies would definitely love it completely. If you love the first Raid and love action movies, then definitely check out The Raid 2. So if you've seen The Raid 2, tell me what you guys think about it. Like it, hate it, comment below and let me know. So, as always guys, please rate, comment, and subscribe, and see you guys on the flip side.